Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Division of Division 4 Gaming CrisisSpectre's channel. This is Jonathan. I haven't recorded anything in a while, so I'm going to be probably very shit. This is Luftrausers. It's a spectacular little indie game that's very arcade-like. I will show you what it's like now, up to launch. Now, this is a very, like I said, a very odd arcade game, in where it's called Luftrausers, and you essentially are just shooting down these little planes, and there are just hundreds of different ways to customize your aircraft, and I will show you that after I die. Like at the moment, my body is a nuke, meaning if I get hit too many times, I will explode into a nuclear explosion that leaves a giant flaming skull in the wake. My wings are my weapons. The wings change depending on what the weapons you have are, which doesn't affect aerodynamics. All the flying is the same in this. It's controlled by the arrow keys, and you shoot with X, so 5 buttons to control the game, and if you pause, you can't actually exit out. If you exit out, or to exit out, you either have to force quit the game or die. And you can see there are those 3 little missions that happens. I am maxed out on my level, and this thing is called the Rouser. Every combination in this game of aircraft does have its own little name. There was I like to think there was so much effort put into this game, and I love it. It's made by blaahh, which I can't quite remember what else they named. Yeah, so that happens. Anyways, well, it's a little calm. I can't quite remember what blaahh makes. I want to say they made Hotline Miami, but I don't think they did. I don't know. They made some other stuff that I really enjoy. Anyways, yeah, that's a little, that thing you can see on the screen right now is a kind of aircraft carrier that is also a submarine, which I believe either the Germans or the Japanese in World War II attempted to make one of those and failed greatly. And especially, I don't think they succeeded at doing this, launching one straight up. This one's called the Boom. It's got a normal-sized engine, the spread shot weapon, and the nuke body. The last 3, actually, bodies I've been getting, because I played this a little bit, just to test my sound levels and all that, and lower the level of the music. By the way, the music is fucking spectacular, if you can't tell. And the music, as I figured out over time of playing, actually changes. Certain parts of the music will actually change depending on what parts are on your aircraft, which I think is just awesome. The guy who made the music in this, and I can't quite remember his name, I think it was KOZILEK. There is actually a variant of aircraft called the KOZILEK, and I don't like it very much just because of what it is. But the guy who made the music for this is just amazing. I'm not one for dubstep very much, but I just think this music is spectacular. I love the music in these little indie games. And I died. And you can see here in the hangar, I have every part unlocked. So for weapons, we have the original machine gun, the laser weapons, the spread shot, the missiles, and a giant cannon. For bodies, we have the original, the heavy, or well, the armor, the melee, which I hate, the nuke body, and the bomb body. For engines, we got the original, the super boost, which I don't like very much, the Gungeon, which I think is stupid, and I love it, the underwater engine, and the hover engine. I'll show you the original plane that you start out with in this game, called the original. So you start the game off like this. This is your machine gun. And really, I just love the arcadey feel to the flying in this, because I'm not an avid War Thunder player. I wouldn't say that. I play occasionally. And this is nothing like War Thunder. Obviously, War Thunder's a realistic World War II plane and tank simulator. This is an arcadey little game. I don't know. I love the flying of this. Because look, I can just shut off my engine and just kind of spin like a moron. It's just really fun. Also, if I touch the water, if I don't have the underwater engine, I start to take damage. I'll show you guys damage now. I'll go crash into something. You can probably see that little kind of sun thing that goes around me. That is my health right there that you're seeing. So, see, if that little circle decreases to the point that I can't see it, is what I'm trying to say. If it decreases to the point that I can't say, oh, that's an ace, like that. If it decreased to that point and I got shot too many times, I would have just died. in a big fire explosion. This is a battleship. I shouldn't be attacking this thing with the original. And the thing you saw flying, that giant thing... Ow. That giant thing that you saw flying, yep, that one was an ace, and the aces are bastards. They can really hover around and just shoot you with a really rapid-fire machine gun. You gotta be pretty good to avoid them. Also, there's a I think it's 1 in 10,000 chance, or something like that, of a special enemy called the Classified Number 1 to show up. And 2 times in a row, about a week ago, I actually had them show up, and I ended up killing one. Finally, they're very hard to kill, because 2 of them show up. They're exactly like the aces, only they shoot lasers that really lock onto you. They shoot a wide laser that is really hard to escape from. I believe I had the super boost engine, a heavy body, or the armored body, and a machine gun. And that's the way I took them down. And you guys might have seen this game when people like NerdCube played it, because if you watch NerdCube, you're instantly my friend, and I apparently died there. Well... box in the universe. Yeah, if you watch NerdCube, you are instantly my friend. He played this a while ago, and I picked it up almost immediately after he played it, after I got money on my Steam account, of course, for it. And there actually is a free version of this game, but it's very derpy and very arcadey. It's much different from this, because, as you can see, the score multiplier up in the top right, the more you get kills, the more score the score multiplier accumulates. So I killed that guy, so I go up to 7. And if I don't kill anyone, it does just go away. So, but in the free version of this game that I will link in the website, it's on their I think it's like Luftrausers.com or something, but I will link that in the description of this video. Oh, the music just stuttered a little bit. But the free version, you only get 10 points per kill. So it's a little hard, and the controlling isn't as smooth as this. And I don't know, sometimes you don't get as much enemies. The thing I really like about this game is it varies whether you're going to get a lot of airborne conflict, or airborne enemies, or you're going to get a lot of naval enemies. When you get a lot of naval enemies, personally, I'm not very good at taking out naval enemies, as I saw there. I'm just going to switch everything to random, because I like playing on random. So, that's a thing that happens. The Bob Ross. I think that's a joke to something. The music is very derpy. I've never actually played with this. Bob Ross. That name sounds familiar. I think he was an artist. Don't judge me if I don't know anything about Bob Ross. Anyways, as you can see, I have the Gungeon, the bomb body. The bomb body, the way it works is... Sorry, just enjoying my derpiness right now. The way the bomb body works is, after some shots, after shooting some, it will just drop a random bomb. And you do, with the bomb body, the upside is, yes, you drop a random bomb that can just hit naval enemies or hit air enemies if you're stupid enough to run into it. Downside, slower health regen. I love when this happens, when I just get a lot of airborne enemies. That's an ace, that's an ace. And dead, okay. Usually they're a lot tougher, but you can get lucky. As you can see, with the Gungeon, you actually fire out little gun shells that do damage. Wow, another ace dead. I am racking up a giant score at the moment, and I think I just fucked it over. Did I? Oh. No, still flying. Wow, I haven't done this good in a while, and I spoke too soon. Alright, as you can see, that's the best score right there. That's my best score. That is the armored body, the laser, and the Gungeon. Not a very high score. Don't insult me if you've played this game and you're better at it. There is, like, that giant ship in the center right there, that is actually a ship you can play as. But you have to unlock it, which is kind of unnerving. Well, not unnerving, but it's disappointing because you have to do a lot of stuff. Like, you have to kill 3 blimps with your eyes. You have to complete all the missions to do it. So, let's see. Terror from the Deep. This is a derpy little one. Normal body, underwater engine, so as you can see, I don't take damage from going in the water. And cannon weapon. Yeah, I call it the nuke a lot. But that's just because it's a giant nuke. Kind of ran out of stuff to say, but you know, it's a really fun little game. I really recommend picking it up. I think it's like $10 on Steam right now. Might be less, might be more. I'll double check, and if I'm wrong about it being $10, I'll post in the description. I just haven't posted anything to YouTube in a while, and I'm dead. I'm not good at this game, but I haven't posted anything in a while, so I just thought I've been meaning to actually post a video of this game for a while. yeah, there should be, on Adam's channel, the most active channel out of all of the Division of Division Board Gaming, there should be some new videos of War Thunder, I'm guessing, and I will be raging in them quite a bit, because my mouse is wireless, so it often disconnects and doesn't let me turn my tank or aircraft as well as I want it to, and my connection to the War Thunder servers aren't very good most of the time, so I end up lagging and getting low frames, which makes me turning my tank very hard. So, I was going to talk about something else and I can't quite remember. This is the Nightmare, and as you can see, the melee body, you don't take damage while meleeing anything, but it only takes 3 shots in a row to kill it. This is called the War Turtle. Cannon with the underwater engine and the armored body. I love any kind of aircraft in this game with the armored body. That's what I've set all my records in, because I can just tank damage. Look, I can just crash right through this guy. I consider the armored body here to actually be a better meleeer than the melee body, because I can tank damage like no one's business. Usually in video games, I don't like going for the heavy kind of things. Like if I'm playing a shooter, I don't like using machine guns. I like using assault rifles or SMGs. But I don't know, the heavy body in this game is really an exception. I really love it. It isn't maneuverable, but you know, it's heavy. It makes up for it in having a lot of armor. Also, as you can see in the health system, which I was going to explain that to you, I just remembered why I was going to do that. Okay, couldn't explain it there. The way this, oh, the Devastator, never played with this thing before. The way the health system works, this isn't a very good weapon to show it off. The way the health system works, if you're firing your guns while you're losing health, your health won't regenerate. The Gungeon doesn't count as a weapon, the Gungeon is an engine, so you can just kind of fire that back towards enemies and kill them with it as you choose, like that. These are the missiles. They're not very good to show off the damage system, because if you get 2 damage and you're firing off missiles, as you can see, they kind of stick around until all the missiles are gone, then it waits a second for you to reload your missiles. Well, automatically reloads it, and then it comes back. So say you're firing the spread shot, the laser, the machine gun, something like that, and you're just holding down the fire button. Not a good idea, because if you're taking a lot of damage, you won't be able to recover that damage. What I actually forgot to do is set a timer for myself so I know how long this video is going to be for, because I'm a complete moron and I forgot these things because I haven't recorded in a while. So I'm going to set a timer right now, just a stopwatch, and I'll probably go, I think I've been recording for maybe 5-10 minutes, so I will go until my timer says about 10 minutes. I think that's fair, because I don't have a lot to talk about, but I'm sure I can find some stuff that I can talk about, especially with this beautiful little game. And I mean, I don't know what it is about this game that I quite like. I know I like the flying, I know I like the derpiness. It's an indie game, which is what I really like. It's not an early access game, so it's not going to be like super heavily updated or anything. Maybe some bug fixes, some patches if it pops up. Otherwise, this is a complete game, but it is indie. And I love indie games, as you all probably know. If you all watch my channel, you know that I love indie games. I'm currently in the process of making... Ooh, the passenger. Different little thing. I'm currently in the process of making an FTL Infinite Space mod series with the USS Defiant ship mod. And I just haven't touched that in a while. I don't know why I haven't really recorded anything. I've been kind of busy with just random stuff. But I will hopefully be posting more in the future. A lot of games I've been playing recently have got major updates. Prison Architect, KSP has gotten some major updates, which I'm loving. Finally remembered how to put stuff into orbit in that game. We'll come to that later. I recently got really into Shadowrun. As in Shadowrun, the tabletop game. I really want to play that with somebody. I've been trying to read up on the rules, and I've been playing the game Shadowrun Returns, and I love it. I've been playing a bunch of custom storylines on it. So that might be a thing. That will come up in the future. Probably won't play Shadowrun Returns. I probably won't play Shadowrun Returns on this channel, simply because the way I play RPGs pisses people off. And I know it'll piss you guys off. I save skim is the best way I can think of it. I save skim. And what save skimming to me Ooh, the trickster. What scape's coming to me is if I don't like the way something turned out in an RPG, I will load back the save and do it over and over again until it turns out my way. I know I'm a bastard, but I play games to have fun. I don't play games really for prestige. This is really one of the only games. I'm not really into games like this, surprisingly. Oh, the boom again. I'm not into games like this, surprisingly. I'm more into... I don't like games that just have high score and not really anything else to it. Like, I don't really like games with an end game, but sometimes I do like a game with an end game, which is why I have the FTL Infinite Space mod, because I just like to do things infinitely, really. This is a high score game. I've never really been into high score games, which is why I've never really been into arcade games too much, but this is just one of the little exceptions I have. Also, I was originally planning to make a space-based DF9 series. If you guys know what the game space-based DF9 is, it's a little indie, quote-unquote, game from the company Double Fine. You might know Double Fine as the people who made, well, for one, Brutal Legend, Little Inferno, games like that. They've been around for a while, and they still like to call themselves indie. Now, I'm not insulting you if you're a Double Fine fan. NerdCubed is a big Double Fine fan, and I love him. Not that way, no homo, bro. But no, I'm not very fond of Double Fine because they continuously release early access alphas and then just ditch them. Recently they did that with, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called Broken Age. It's not to be racist, it stars a little black girl, I believe, and a white guy. Just two main characters, and it was early access, and they were planning to add a second part. They only released the first half of it for like $24, and they never, as far as I can tell, they never released the second half. So, also with Space-Based DF9, they were supposed to add so much other stuff, and they recently dropped it because of, quote-unquote, budget issues. Now, let me tell you something. They call themselves an indie company, but they've been at this for years releasing, quote, indie games. In my personal opinion, this might not be your guys', but in my personal opinion, you can't be an indie company if you've been doing it for years and making probably millions of dollars releasing games and you have a ginormous fan base. That's not indie. What Double Fine does make is quirky little derpy games. While yes, are entertaining, they just kind of leave them. They make them. I don't like companies that do that. They make a game, like an early access game, and promise. Because I'm sure. I mean, I'm not in the video game industry. I don't know how budgets are in that. But I'm sure that they have plenty of money to throw at Space-Based DF9 from previous projects that they've done. Again, maybe they don't. I don't know, I was just a little disappointed at that. But, like, the shining examples right now of early access games that you can get into, and that will be completely worth your money, 100%, no doubt about it. Project Zomboid's one of them, KSP, you got, had another one. Oh, Prison Architect, that's a solid little game, love it. There are some derpy things that I still want them to fix in it, and in KSP as well, there are some derpy things that need to be fixed. Mainly the career mode in KSP, but it's early access, so you're buying into... But KSP currently has a shit ton of content, just a whole bunch of content, and it's crazy. They're always adding new stuff. They recently did a collab with a team at NASA to do an asteroid moving mission, and that's just crazy. I mean, that's awesome. The people who bring you KSP are the video game company Squad. Not sure what else they've done. Heard the name before in the past. Now that I'm thinking about it more and more, I do believe that this game, Luftrausers, is made by Vlambeer. I believe that's the same company who makes Hotline Miami. And if you didn't know, the game Hotline Miami, another little indie derpy game, and I love it. Although it's really tough and you will rage at it. This company is great at making little rage games. But, yeah. If you don't know Hotline Miami, it's worth a try. Go watch NerdCube play it if you haven't seen it, because he's very good at it. I believe another YouTuber I watch, Splattercat Gaming, I believe he's done a few videos on it. DadCubed, which is NerdCube's father, who has his own YouTube channel, which is, he's hilarious. The old man from Essex. I believe he's done some videos, so go check out Hotline Miami. I believe they are making a second one, which is spectacular. I really should finish the first one. I'm probably not going to play it on this. Oh, that's a submarine ace. I hate those things. They don't show up often, but I hate them. C-Bomb. Okay. I probably won't be playing that game. I might, just for like a few couple little missions that are like the beginning missions, but I suck at the game. You need a mouse. If you try to play it with a trackpad, you will just kill yourself. Well, kill your fingers, because you're trying to click and right-click, and you'll get very mad very easily. With a mouse, it's still difficult. But I might play that, I might not, because it is a rage game. Well, it's a ragey little game. It's a roguelike. Kind of like FTL campaign. It's roguelike. You never know what's going to happen. But, yeah, I don't want to rage too much. Like I said, I try to play video games to have fun and to entertain people. Even though I'm not very good at most games. I don't know. I just think it's fun to play video games. I'd love to have a career out of this, but I don't think I will. I'm probably never going to be very popular, but, who knows? Me and the guys over at Division 4 have an interesting little gimmick that we have going. It's kind of Inside Gaming-esque, how it's a bunch of different YouTubers in one channel. Although, our thing is we have our own separate channels, but whenever we do collabs together, we post to that main channel. And I think that's a little interesting thing. Oh, what I was about to say is, that music that just happened is my favorite little bit of music in the game. It's what me and kind of NerdCube consider the "you're about to die" music. This is the scientist, armor body, Gungeon being very weak to lift things, and the cannon. I love this thing nevertheless. I used to set a lot of records with it. Not like world records, hell no. But, like, little personal records. Like I said, have you seen, I've just barely gotten close to, about 20,000. And I've been trying to beat that record ever since. My big highest used to be about 5,000. I get about 5 to 10,000 average, like in an average good game that I'm actually doing pretty decent at. I get around 5 to 10,000 for score, and then just a lot of stuff happens. So yeah, let me talk about good early access games to buy into right now. Starbound, forgot to mention that. Starbound, very fantastic. They're about to release, I believe, the 1.0 version pretty soon here, which is awesome. They have so much shit that they're adding: ship customization, I think ship battles, bunch of different planets, possibly a few new races, definitely new weapons. It's gonna be awesome. But Starbound, it's a lot of people call it Terraria in space, and there is that game Edge of Space Terraria. I never liked Terraria, don't really know why. I like Minecraft more, but if I had to compare Starbound to Terraria, I would have to say Terraria is about 10 times better, but that's only because I'm a sci-fi nerd. I'm not very into fantasy. I love sci-fi so much, which is why the game Shadowrun got me. But anyways, good early access games to buy into right now. Starbound, Project Zomboid, KSP, Prison Architect. Very, very poor early access games that you should avoid with all of your life. DayZ. The DayZ standalone is a piece of complete shit, and Bohemia Interactive was just trying to cash in on the DayZ franchise from the mod, and I hate that about them. I hate it. It's a terrible fucking... If you want to play DayZ, buy Arma 2, Operation Arrowhead, which you need to run the DayZ mod, and just play the DayZ mod. It's so much more complete. And a lot of people are going to bitch at me like, oh, but CrisisSpectre, it's an early access game. Of course it's not very good as the mod. I don't care. They're charging $30 for it. But then again, I'm an idiot and I bought into the Planetary Annihilation early access when it was like 50 or 60. Or no, I think it was $70. But I enjoyed the game. It's in full release, I believe, now. And it's about $30. It's a fun little game, but I'm not good at RTSs. Which is why... Yeah, I'm just not good at RTSs. I do have the game Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion with the Armada 3 Star Trek mod on it. Which... Yeah, it's derpy. I just play as the Borg the entire time and kill everyone. Oh, there's Adam. Oh, ironic. No, that's not ironic. That's coincidental. He's talking about his subs and his views, and while I'm recording this video, this is my comeback to YouTube. Yeah, that's DayZ. That's one bad thing to buy into right now. I can't really think of any others at the moment. There are a lot of, like, open space early access games that I have, and I can't really recommend any of them at the moment. Just because they get kind of boring. But anyways, I've probably gone over my time. Thank you everyone for watching. If you did watch and stay through the whole thing, you might have, you might not have. This channel sucks, I know. This is CrisisSpectre signing off. A division of Division 4 Gaming, CrisisSpectre. I'm Jonathan, and everyone, remember, stay sexy.